Hello, my name is Adrian Andrade, and this is my security awareness plan for Well Family Fitness. Introduction. What is security awareness? So first things first, if we're going to talk about the security awareness plan for my company, we have to know what security awareness is. And security awareness is the knowledge and attitude members of an organization possess regarding the protection of the physical and especially information assets of that organization. So in a nutshell, it's basically just how aware people are of their security online. So it's very, very important. Now, speaking of importance, why is security awareness important? Well, it's very important because it helps minimize risk, and it can prevent the loss of PII, or in other words, personal identifiable information. So this is stuff like your name, your date of birth, your social security number, your bank account number, stuff like that. Stuff that's like very, very important to you, and it's only important to you, crucial, and it also protects you and your organization online. So security awareness is very, very important. Now, what threats should employees look out for? And by employees, I mean specifically our employees at Well Family Fitness. And the main things that they should probably look out for are phishing scams, social engineering scams, malware, password theft, and texting scams. We especially want to bring importance to social engineering scams since they can be quite pervasive and persuasive, as you know. And if you get a call from an unknown number, never answer because it's probably going to be someone who's trying to scam you. So never do that. And of course, malware. Malware is also very prolific as well. So I want our employees to look out for that. All right, so who's our target analysis? Well, I guess specifically for our campaign, we just want it to be for anybody who's just interested in security and awareness, and especially our employees at Well Family Fitness. We also want them to have lots of security awareness. And it's also important to have incentives as well for anybody who's interested or anybody who wants to have interest in this. We want to provide incentives for that, and we'll do that by motivating online safety through fact. We want to give them some hard-hitting facts. Put the wash bucket over their head, the cold water, and let them know that it's very, very important that you protect yourself online, and that I think can prove to be a very important incentive. Another thing is help employee understand attacks and how those attacks affect other people. That can also be very, very motivating. There are several delivery methods here, and there are pros and cons. There are 2 delivery methods that we will show. There's email, and then there's video conference. Each of them have pros and cons. Email is very, very fast. You can just click a button and it'll be sent to the other person. And then it's also very widely available. Anybody could just get a computer and just start, using email. Excuse me. Another thing that's great about it is that it reduces shipping costs as well. You don't really have to ship anything. All you gotta do is just send something to someone else. It's very, very simple online. But there are some cons. It's not very secure. As stated before in several slides, that emails are susceptible to phishing scams, so it's best to stay careful with email. And it also lacks the personal touch. As with emails, it's just words on a screen essentially. So there's not really much in terms of physicality with that. And the next one is video conference. It's very, very cheap considering how expensive travel is, and it's also better than voice only and email, of course. The cons to it being that it requires coordination. You have to set a date, set a time, and everybody has to be there. So there has to be some kind of planning involved. And also, quality systems don't come cheap. So you have to consider that when you want to do a video conference. And the last one, this one's very tiny, is it in person. This one is by far the best one out of all of them, in my opinion, because it allows people to build trust and transparency and productivity, and it also allows some quite meaningful discussion. Being able to see someone in person allows you to basically just see their body language and see how they're responding to information, which is very useful if you're like a teacher or instructor. And another thing is that even though this in-person is quite good, it also has some cons. Meetings can cost money and time, and they're also not very effective when it's a larger group. And campaign effectiveness, several ways of making sure that we want to know if the campaign's doing well, is we use several metrics. We're going to use ROI, or website visits, conversion rate, click-through rate. ROI, I believe, and I already forgot the definition, but website visits is being able to see how many people are visiting our website after the campaign, and it lets us know that, you know, the website is actually doing really well, the campaign's doing really well. So the more people visit our website, the better. You know, it means that our outreach is doing really well. Conversion rate, this is how many people have essentially converted after going through our campaign. And by conversion, it means like people that are basically like signing up for like online classes for security awareness or security stuff like that. The more people that do that, it basically just lets us know that our campaign is influencing people, and it's giving people incentive to try and be better online. The next one is click-through rate. How many people have clicked through our thing? Essentially, it's very quite simple to understand how many people clicked it. The more it clicks means the more people that are, you know, interested in this sort of thing. And that is my references. Thank you for watching my presentation.